Yo, what is up, everybody? We are back. MuseMe TV. Yes. Episode 154. Am I right? Yes, I am right. Thank you very much, everybody. You guys are awesome. We are joined here today in the studio by Arianna. What is up?
Hi.
How's it going?
Not too bad, actually. I'm enjoying how the room looks.
Thank you. I enjoy always having new guests on and getting to learn more about them. So the fact that you like the room is a great start. It's not awkward at all. How's it going?
Not too bad, actually. I had a pretty relaxing day. And yourself?
It's actually been not too bad. Unfortunately, I still have to do a 9 to 5, so that's the worst. But after that's over, I still come home and try to do some kind of fun things, like the podcast, or I like to stream. I stream on Twitch sometimes.
You do games?
Yeah, play Overwatch, Hearthstone, just a lot of Blizzard, stuff like that. Oh man, you're really gonna do that to me. Well, if he calls again, he's gonna get on the podcast. But anyways, yeah. So I try to, indulge myself more than just work, because work is kind of just work. Oh my God, whatever. He's gonna get into it. Yo, what is up, man? This is MuseMe TV. You actually are on the podcast right now. What is up, man? MuseMe TV.
What's happening, big time?
Nothing much, dude. Thank you for calling in right now. Would you like to give a shout out right now? What kind of shout out would you like to give?
Oh, I like to give a shout out to Albuquerque and all the lovely people who live in it. We got wonderful weather here. We ain't freezing like the Midwest. And, I just like to say thank God for having me up here with all these beautiful people.
Well, we appreciate the call and we appreciate the shout out, man. Hey, you remember to keep on an eye on for MuseMe TV, and I'll get a hold of you right after this podcast, okay?
All right, brother. You have a great one. Later.
We'll catch you later. Oh, man. Okay, so that's like my awkward way of letting them know that they're on the podcast, so don't say something stupid. I'm just like, yo, hey, you're on the podcast. I got to announce that a few times.
Dude, you got to act like an actual radio host. Like, that's how they were. They get called in, hey, you're on Kiss 97.3. Do you want a shout out? Like, you got the voice for it, so you nailed it.
That's at that point. I remember when I drive-through, I was like the drive-through dude, and one time said that I had a pretty nice voice. She's like, wow, you have a nice voice, you should do radio. She was like 50, but it's still pretty cool.
That's always cool. I can imagine working, like, I don't know why I have like a fear of working in like the food industry. Shout out to anyone who can. I don't think I could. It's okay. It's not as bad as it could be, but it isn't the best either. That's always, I don't know, the best implication of it as I can give anyways. So I don't know. On this podcast, we just literally just hang out and talk about whatever comes up. That's actually super cool.
Just random bullshit, just whatever. There's nothing really. I guess you could say it's unscripted, so whatever floats your boat.
That's cool. I wasn't sure if you had questions like ready to like.
No,
ask.
I don't even know what to ask. I'm so nervous right now.
Dude,
You're the nervous.
I was nervous. I was literally with my friend because I was with my future roommate since we were about to move to Oregon, and I was like, I have to go to this podcast. Like, I'm sorry. I'll come back afterwards. And she's like, yeah, it's okay. I was like, what happens if there's questions? I've never been on a fucking podcast.
What are they gonna ask me? Like, oh my God, what's going on with global events right now? No, don't even worry about it. Oregon
of all places, yeah. Apparently, because originally I came in super late. Her and our other roommate had another person planned with them to go.
Okay.
And I guess the other option was Virginia.
Oh, what are all these places? People are okay. Usually it's like, oh yeah, I can't wait to go to the big city like New York. I can't wait.
Or California.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go to LA. It's like. But I think the one that threw me off, because I've always wanted to go to Oregon, was Virginia. Why would someone choose Virginia?
I don't know. I don't even think there's anything cool in Virginia.
The nature and waterfalls maybe, but like
I can't think of anything that could be out in Virginia.
I wouldn't. No, there's a Virginia Beach. Okay, I see that. There's that. There's a website that says there's 168 things that are cool about Virginia, which are probably
only 168.
Yeah.
Damn, only one more and it would have been 69.
And then everything would have been Party City. Yeah, nothing too exciting. There's presidential heads there. Would you want to go see presidential heads? There's like these weird presidential heads.
What is that? A Dollar Tree version of like Mount Rushmore?
Almost, pretty much. Look, there's 43 giant heads in Virginia.
I could literally I could go to Dollar General right now, go grab some foam, and literally just carve those out and have them in my house. I don't need to go to Virginia for that.
Make them yourself, right?
Abandoned Virginia Renaissance Fair.
There you go.
Abandoned. So do they still have the fair and it's just the ghosts running it, or like
you can go to the buildings where it used to be, hidden deep in the woods of Virginia. Well, these are some of the exciting things. Edgar Allan Poe Museum.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna lie. I love poetry, so I love Edgar Allan Poe.
So that would actually be kind of cool, right?
Dinosaur Land. It better be better than the Jurassic Park thing at Disneyland. That's all I have to say about that.
That would be ridiculous. I mean, I don't think it is, but it might be.
The CIA museum. Okay, that would be interesting.
See, so there's not that many.
So it's not that bad.
You might find some things. There might be some cool things to do. Like, I don't know.
I like abandoned stuff, so that piques my interest a bit.
How do you feel though that everything has been closed down and shit? Like, there's nothing really you can do. Could you even think you can go to any of these places right now?
Probably like the abandoned Renaissance Fair one, but that's like about it. Other than that, like my opinion on everything being closed, it sucks, but it forces you to be creative, to go find what you need, to go find new stuff to do.
Yeah.
So like here we have tent rocks. People can go to the Blue Hole or Santa Rosa, even though it's freezing right now.
Oh, you don't even know.
God, it was 39 degrees today. I'm not about it. I'm not built for the cold. I don't like snow. Like I love warm weather.
It's all about the heat.
Fuck yeah.
I hear you on that. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, the cold's cool and all because I kind of like to go skiing and shit like that, snowboarding.
Oh, I want to snowboard, but I've never been snowboarding.
It's fun, but it just sucks because it's so cold. That's the worst part.
I believe it, but I like the concept of snow. I like the idea of it. I don't like the cold. Other than that, love snow. Love it.
You'll just all day. Well, there are some times where it snows in the mountains, but the next day it's really sunny and it's like
gone.
perfect weather though. It's still like really snowy. You can still see the snow and everything, but the sun's out and it reflects so perfectly. Like literally, there's people that go to ski resorts and just like go like, you know, in a bikini and stuff like that. It's so crazy.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they do it. Have you ever heard of a thing called pond skipping?
Is that like where they go down the mountain and then like there's like a little like water thing and they try to go see how far they could go across?
Yeah. See, only at around that time, around springtime, there's still snow there, but you can do that stuff and it's nice and warm.
It'd be interesting to see. I would like to see that. My friends from Santa Fe, they go skiing a lot or they go snowboarding too, and they'll go do all that stuff. So I think that's pretty cool.
It is pretty sick. Oh. Have you done anything like that? Anything extreme? Anything kind of like off the charts? I know. No, I don't. No, actually, I don't. What would be something you think? I was gonna be like you.
The only thing I really do like compared to that, which a lot of people agree, like, tell me like if I like longboarding, then to go snowboarding. But I love longboarding. Longboarding is one of my favorite things to do. I used to skate, but then I stopped.
So you don't do it as much?
I don't do skating, but I love longboarding. I'll go to UNM and ride around campus.
But that's still cool that you still do it, though, right?
Yeah, I used to be a lot more athletic when I was younger. Other than that, I'm more of the person now where if people like are like, hey, you want to go travel? I'm like, when? I'm down. And my life's a whole, like, there's times where it's super stagnant and nothing's happening, or like everything happens and it's either what the fuck or you should not be alive right now. What are you doing?
There's just so many moving parts going on right away and stuff.
It happens, dude, and it's fucking wild.
So I guess is this the whole thing of why Oregon right now? Is that just the whole one of those quick changing moves that are happening right now.
Yeah, pretty much. My friend was like, so the other person backed out, and the only other person I could think of that I could probably tolerate is you. Do you want to move? And I was like, I'm 100% down.
Dang.
I'm down. Get me out of Albuquerque, but I love it here. Albuquerque will always be my city. I will rep 505 wherever I go. I do not care.
Rep 505. But that's cool.
It's home. Albuquerque will always be home.
And you never know what you'll find out there too. Like there's always new opportunities, new different horizons.
That's another reason why I want to go. Like different, because we're gonna be straight into Portland. So there's like different districts, and so they have like a movie like district. They have like, it's so, the way it's like organized is so unique.
Yeah.
But I hear that there's a lot of weird people.
Okay, so that you'll have to deal with some weird people.
Oh yeah, and then of course you have like the corporate area of it. So if I want to work at Nike, that's probably on the completely opposite side of town that I'm gonna be living on. But it's gonna be interesting. I look forward to exploring. There's a few places I actually want to go visit out there that are like smaller towns.
Just to go check it out.
Hell yeah, like for one of the old Disney movies that they filmed on Halloween for Halloween Town, it's up there.
Okay.
And I think that would be pretty cool to go explore during Halloween and just like go do a bunch of stuff, go hiking, go find some waterfalls, probably get into cliff diving. That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be crazy. That's extreme as fuck. I would never even think about doing that shit.
I love swimming. Swimming's fun.
Again, warm weather, right? That's what it's all about.
Unless you have an indoor pool, then you're lucky.
Well, yeah, that works, yeah.
But it's still nice to go out to a lake or like find a waterfall and like go find some really pretty places. Plus, I'm gonna be close to a beach, so.
In Oregon?
Yeah, Portland is like maybe 20 minutes from a beach.
Isn't it always cold there?
Some parts of Oregon actually don't get snow from what I've been told. So that's interesting. But I'm not too sure. Some people say it doesn't get that bad. So I'm very confused. So I'm not too sure how to feel about it on weather-wise. But other than that, like, I love gloomy weather. And it's a thing where people are like, well, what about the gloomy weather and if it makes you sad? I'm like, bro, I love cloudy days. There's nothing wrong with that. I could deal with a cloudy day and be happy all day.
Yeah, you think it's more of a frame of mind? People just feel that way because they want to feel it. There's like, oh, well, it's cloudy outside. I think I should feel sad.
It's cloudy. It's depressing. Like, I don't know what to do. Or, like, other people, they have seasonal depression. But another thing I saw, I could be wrong about the exact number, but it's around 84 days that they only get of sun out of the 365.
Jeez.
That we have in the whole year. So only about 180.
Yeah, just nothing but freaking weird cloudy weather. Might as well just go to Alaska. That's where it's at.
Alaska would be interesting because in summer it's really, really nice and they get a lot of sun.
Yeah.
But during the winter months, they don't, like, the sun doesn't come up.
At all. Dark.
No. Dude, imagine how fucked up your sleep schedule would be, like, moving to Alaska. It's like 2 in the afternoon, and you're like, oh yeah, it's 8 o'clock at night, ha ha. And then out of nowhere, you're like, I'm late for work.
I know.
Like,
I wonder how.
That's screwed, dude. Like, that's a leap.
I wonder how things really run in Alaska then, at certain times and shit like that.
Bears.
The bears.
The bear. I'd be scared to find a bear outside my door, dude. Like, oh my god, all the snow. I can't imagine opening my door and then sinking my leg down into a piece of snow. I'm 5'1". I'm sinking, dude.
Straight.
No. Like, I could swim in the snow they probably have up there.
But there's places here that get quite a bit of snow, too.
It depends on where you go, though. Like, New Mexico, we have every single biome.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting to think. So, it's nice compared to, like, some other places.
Yeah, because I've been up to the north side of northern New Mexico, too. Like, Taos and shit like that. Penasco, little areas like that.
I don't think I've ever been to Taos. I've heard a lot about it, but I've never been.
It's pretty cool. It's really nostalgic and has a lot of, like, old school relics and stuff.
One of our best ski resorts is, from what I hear.
Yeah, there's a lot of great rich people that come there and stuff.
I think it's crazy because, like, when it comes to famous people, New Mexico, you wouldn't think a lot of famous people come, but they do.
Yeah.
Like, Johnny Depp has a house here in Albuquerque.
Oh, okay.
And that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Going up in certain places, too, like I've heard, like, these places like Tesuque and shit like that, rich people do have a lot of houses up there, too, like movie stars and shit like that, like Angelina Jolie and shit like that.
It makes so much sense, though, because think about it. You're in LA, you're in New York, you go to any of these other places, you're going to get recognized right away. You kind of, like, want somewhere that's a little secluded, that, like, not many people know you. Like, if you get recognized, you get recognized.
Yeah.
But it's not where if one person recognizes you and you're in a crowded area, everyone's going to be like,
mountain of people.
oh, my God, like, look who it is. I just saw this person. And then everyone rushes up to them. Like, celebrities are still people. Treat them like people. Treat them with respect.
They're better than us.
No?
Yes, they are.
I've partied with famous DJs, dude. Like, no.
DJs? Would it be different, though, if you partied with, like, say, Matthew McConaughey at a different level? Or, say, I don't know, somebody more relevant. I don't know.
So, like, I feel like if you go up to them and, like, you're respectful, once again, celebrities are still people at the end of the day. They have families. Like, sure, their lifestyle's different. And some of them are very snooty.
Yeah.
And it's very fucking noticeable.
So it does, some of them would relay that way then. So you would probably see it that way. Like, not all of them would have that cool, hey, I'm an actual person inside as well, too. Some of them do have this I'm better than you attitude, you think?
Yeah, I think so, absolutely. Because, like, I saw this on, because you'd think, like, smaller celebrities, like, kind of like one-hit wonders, would be a lot nicer versus someone, say, like, Selena Gomez, Justin Bieber, like other really big singers, would be a little bit more humble towards their fans. I'm not sure if this story is true, but I saw a girl on TikTok post about it, about a girl named Clario. And she's not that big by any means. Like, a lot of people listen to her music, but she went to a concert of hers. And she had meet and greet passes and got to take a picture. And she went up to security and she's like, hey, do you think I could get a redo on the picture? And they went up to her friends. And they're like, well, you already have the Polaroid. The picture wasn't included for you to take on your phone. And they pointed and started laughing at her. So if someone's that small and they're already acting, like, all into themselves, that's not okay. Versus, I feel like if you go up to a movie star and you see them out in public and they're just wanting to enjoy their day and you go up to them.
And you're like, I want a picture.
Like, don't go up to them like that. Just be like, hi, I love the work in the movies you do. Do you mind if I grab a quick picture if you have the time?
Yeah.
Because instead of approaching it like you're, like, a fan, treat them like a person. Show that.
Jesus, everyone's fucking bugging tonight. Can't do anything tonight.
You're good, but just treat them with respect, and I feel like they'll be a lot more respectful than them, like, you going up to them and being like, oh my God, you're so cool, I love all your work, like,
Everything
I've watched everything.
Yeah.
Then they're gonna be like, thanks, like, whatever.
Do you think there's anybody, though, that you would kind of feel that way going towards? Like, is there anybody that's famous that you just kind of fan out? Like, totally just would fan out instead of, like, freak out. Like, totally just freak out. Just straight
That's
fangirl.
a good question. I don't know, because I don't really follow a lot of celebrities.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Like, I have a lot of, like, people that, like, I love to watch in movies. But, like, I think it's mostly musicians I freak out about.
Who would be, like, a famous musician that would you probably freak out about?
Oh, only because I know they moved to the U.S. and all of them two of them still live in different states than the rest of the band, but Asking Alexandria.
Oh, okay.
I would flip my shit because they live in Arizona now. And that just means they're walking around living their life. They don't care.
They're just there.
They're just like... So I feel like if I saw them, I would, like, just freak out and just be like, holy shit, it's Asking Alexandria. Oh my God, it's Ben, Bruce, James, and everyone that's there. Like, what the hell? But then at the end of the day, if I really wanted a picture, because I have really bad anxiety, I'd be like, do you guys mind if I get a picture? Like, I'm a fan, but I don't want to interrupt your day.
I don't want to interrupt the dinner.
Like, I'm sorry if I'm interrupting your guys' family time or you guys, like reuniting and, like, just having a day to yourselves. Like, I just wanted to know if I could get a picture.
I know, right? That's crazy. Yeah. Musician-wise, too, I think I had to freak out just for, like, certain musicians. I really like Marilyn Manson.
Oh, he would be interesting to see.
One guy that I'd just be like, what the fuck? Oh, my God.
Dude, that would be... Or, like... Because I know, like, sometimes, like, Corey Taylor will come here to New Mexico.
Yeah, well, I've seen them with, like, Stone Sour and stuff like that.
Oh, I wish I could have seen Stone Sour. That would be sick. I feel like that's a good show. Oh, my God.
It's dope. I mean, it's fun as fuck, especially in the location it was at. It's sick. But, oh, man, that would be sick, though. That's one of them, too, I would probably freak out, too, if I got to meet him. Just be like, oh, my God, what the fuck? It's Corey Taylor. There's a lot of musicians, though.
Exactly. Like, there's so many musicians, and I feel like musicians, compared to, like, movie stars, are a lot more lenient towards their fans, where it's like, oh, yeah, no, like, they're a fan base, but, like, they stay in touch with their fans. Like, certain social media platforms, you see that they're interacting, reposting, and being like, oh, shit, like, thank you for getting me to the top of the charts this year on Spotify or whatever. And I think that's really cool because it shows that not all of them are stuck in the mindsets that they had back then, where they were just starting, they're like, we're a band, we're touring, like, go screw off.
Yeah.
Where they've matured and now their fan base is maturing with them.
Yeah.
So I think it makes it a little bit easier.
That's the cool thing I love about Spotify, too. Like, did you already do your whole wrap-up of 2020 and everything? Like, that's so cool that even I posted it on Instagram and I still tag some of, like, the basic artists that I listen to, like Buried Alive and shit like that, and Necrogoblicon. And they reposted it on their Instagram, too, where they're like, thank you for the support, or thank you for making it on there. And it's more humbling than, I guess you would say, somebody from, like, a TV show or something. Or I don't even know if they would even take the time to
look at it and acknowledge it.
Yeah, because I kind of feel that way a lot with comedians as well, too, because I love comedy. But I try to, like, repost a lot of stuff and try to, like, tag them and I get less of an interaction from them than I do a musician. And it's weird because I get what you're saying, though, that musicians kind of have more of a humbleness to their craft, where they're just like, I know how hard it was to get here, and I appreciate everyone that still respects that I'm here. Compared to, like, I don't know, even a B-class actor, where they're just like, I've been in a couple TV shows. I don't think I should even answer back any of these messages or even give a like or anything like that.
Exactly. And it's so nice when you can be a part of an experience or a movement with these, like, creators and artists that have been around for years. That's what it comes down to. And it shows the appreciation they have for their fan base for getting them from where they were to where they are now. And I feel like when it comes to certain musicians, you can see that versus their old stuff versus their new stuff, who has stuck around and how they've matured. Because their sound is changing, and it shows you, like, who new fans are and where old fans are, and where they're still trying to support them. And just because I noticed that now with a lot of artists where they're putting out new stuff, and a lot of people are like, this doesn't sound like how you guys used to. Like, I hate it. You guys should have just stuck with your old sound or stuck with whatever you were doing before. And that's like trying to limit yourself just to doing what you're doing now, instead of expanding and going out of your comfort zone and doing stuff you actually love. Yeah,
because they're trying something new, and maybe it doesn't appeal to me or you, but the other person likes it a lot. So maybe that's what they were trying to achieve, you know.
Exactly.
Or get different audience members too. That's a lot of things that bands do too, is like they kind of revamp or change their sound.
Exactly.
To get more of an audience where they're just like, yeah, you guys like metal? Well, we mixed, you know, really awesome progressive techno beats with the metal. And
exactly.
maybe it doesn't appeal to the old fans, but
the diehard fans and the new fans will appreciate it and then go back and like the old stuff too.
Exactly. And I think that's really cool. It shows that you're not willing to limit yourself. It's learning something new and pushing yourself towards a new goal to evolve to somewhere and be somewhere where you're happier and more comfortable.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Some people think that some people should just stay with one thing. I think a lot of people should ask themselves, if I get bored of something and I'm stuck in a creative box, what would I do? Do I want to try something new, or do I want to keep doing what I do, but I don't feel the same about it anymore?
Oh, okay.
Because that's kind of how it is. And the more you limit yourself, the more you don't see the potential you could have for other things, which gets you more connections and networking opportunities to do.
No.
Because a good example I could think of this for artists is Bring Me the Horizon.
Okay.
Currently with their new album, they brought on Baby Metal for post-survival, human post-survival. And their song Kingslayer with them was so interesting because they brought back the screaming, which they always have done. But they're taking it easy on the vocals, like Asking Alexandra, but not taking too much of a country sound to it.
Okay.
But now starting to experiment with other artists and have them as features.
Dope.
Which I think is super amazing. Because when do you ever hear about big bands really doing stuff with each other and having features and exploring new sounds and being like, I want to do this like how we used to, but something's missing. What can we do to add to it to make it better?
Yeah, or they might have the tunnel vision thing where they're like, oh, this is so perfect, but it's missing one thing. And then they take that influence from another artist or something. I see that a lot too with guitar players. Like,
ooh.
I love different guitar players where they're just like, I have this guitar player that I love. His name's Angel Vivaldi. And he puts out a lot of solo music, but then he gets other solo guitarists and just brings them on too. Where it's just like, hey, this is my song Petrified with featuring Alex Skolnick, and it has this guy in it too. And it's a feature of another up and coming artist, and it kind of builds on that as well too. Because it sounds sick, and you don't know the idea that somebody else is bringing to the table.
That's so true, and I love hearing about that because it shows how many artists are willing to collaborate with others and get new ideas and new input. I think another good example of someone working with other artists is probably one of my favorite DJs, Keizo. He's worked with Bad Omens. He's worked with Alex Gaskarth. Worked with a lot of bands and other lead singers. Same with Rez and Excision. They've recently started experimenting with bands like I Prevail.
Okay.
And they're killing it.
You said his name. You said Keizo?
Keizo.
Is it this right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen him live a few times, and every time I've seen him, he never fails to put on a bad, his performances are always on point. He knows how to make a mood so good. He brings in old school. I think he's the first artist that I can honestly say professionally incorporated bands and stuff into his mixes and performances and has actually brought them on to do songs.
Okay, like actually on stage and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Keizo. I'm going to have to check this guy out. That's dope.
It's stellar.
Is this one of the other ones that you'd probably freak out if you met?
No, did I meet him?
Oh, no.
Did it?
Must have been a rough night.
Believe it or not, no. No, okay. So actually, the show that I saw him for,
okay,
I had to go to court the next day in Raton. I still went to the show, stayed there till 3 a.m, got home. Mind you, I'm probably 16, 17 at the time.
Totally.
Just came home super late. And my dad had to drive me to court the next morning. I wore his hoodie, his first pair of merch, that someone actually sold that merch of mine to a store.
Oh.
And I went to court in his merch.
Oh, man.
My dad was pissed. He's like, you are not wearing that like inside I was like, hell yes I am.
What do you expect me to wear?
It was freezing cold in Raton. It's literally early December, like January. No, it was a little bit after New Year's. So it was cold.
Yeah, that's that cold time.
I was not about it, dude.
That's hilarious.
But he threw down. I saw him at EDC, and just remarkable performer. That's all I have to say. All around, every tour he's had sells out, and he puts on an amazing show.
There you go. Keizo, everybody. So if you haven't heard him, go check it out. I need to go check it out because I've not at all. So this is going to be pretty interesting.
I love music so much.
Dope. So you just, again, whatever. Are you into whatever, or is there certain genres that you're into?
Believe it or not, no. I listen to a little bit of everything. I love when people send me music, even if it's someone I don't know or like a genre that people think I won't like because other people conventionally don't like it. And they're like, no. Because I think a thing that I run into with people now when I say I love everything is, oh yeah, I like everything too. And then they're like, except I don't like country, or I don't like hip hop, or I don't like this. And I'm just like,
how do you like everything?
You just told me you liked whatever. What do you mean?
That's always the worst too. Like, I want to say I like everything, but again, there's probably certain songs of genres that I probably don't like.
But here's the thing: you still listen to those genres, and
yeah.
I think that's something that some people don't understand, where they don't understand that like a certain song is a part of a certain genre because there are subgenres. And it's like, no, you do like that genre because you like that song. It's just you haven't found other artists that you like from that genre.
Yeah.
Which is the misconception.
And there's so much music out there.
So much.
You can't even I can't even comprehend even getting into it a little bit. Like I scroll on Spotify and I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like I can do this for hours.
Honestly, I'm so happy that Spotify does this, but like when it does your recap and it's like, you've listened to 1,150 new artists this year, and it's like, what?
I'm contributing?
Wait, I was in the what percentage of people listening to their music? No way.
That's dope.
Because it doesn't realize how much music you listen to or how many genres you listen to, and I think Spotify does a good job at showing you and giving you an idea. And it's so fascinating. And music is one of the best ways to connect with people in general. Because it can tell you a lot about a person and who they are.
That's so true. You have no idea. I want to go overseas so bad and play guitar.
Oh.
I feel like I would do so well out there.
Dude, that would be amazing. Especially since, in some parts, there's a lot of buskers. And they make pretty good money.
A busker?
Dude, they have where it's the people that sit in different parts of the city and just play their music.
Oh, okay. That's what they're called?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Anyone who's kind of like a street performer is a busker because you have something there that people throw money into, and that's buskering. I actually had someone a security guard at UNM look at me because since I hula hoop on campus, he looked at me one time and he's like, you should go busker at the front of the student union building. I think that'd be really cool. I was like, I wouldn't get in trouble for doing that, just taking college kids' money just for hula hooping and pissing other people off. He's like, no, because technically, one, it's not illegal. And two, you're just doing something you love and making money on top of it. And I was like, that's a good point.
Have you tried it yet?
I have not buskered in front of UNM. But I do go a lot, or it's happened to me randomly, where people will come up and just hand me money. I did it over there in Old Town once, and a family stopped me and handed me $20.
Dope.
And I could tell they were tourists, and they're like, that's amazing. Do you mind if our kids get a picture with you? And I was like, you want your kids to take a picture with some random stranger? I mean, sure, but that's kind of weird.
That's actually really cool, though.
It's fun. I think it's a lot of fun, and sometimes people just like to watch. And it's a different kind of experience as a performer, because I am used to performing in front of crowds, But that's back when I used to do a lot of dancing or play sports. Versus me doing my hula hooping or spinning poi or doing stuff or lighting stuff on fire and spinning it. Like,
yeah,
it's a different kind of experience.
Performance art is totally different.
It's an interesting category because there's so much to do, and some people do ask me, like, where can I start, because I think it's really cool. And you don't know until you pick one of the different types of arts up from it and you do it.
Yeah.
But it's so much time. It takes so much practice.
I love that right there. That last word is the key word to everything.
Or just fuck around with it.
Practice.
Practice and just fuck around.
Because even fucking around with it is practicing.
Practice.
Yeah.
Because you're doing it subconsciously, because sometimes you can practice knowing what you're doing,
yes.
But it's not until you don't pay attention that you actually learn it, and you learn, like, what the hell you're doing.
It's so true, though. Oh, my God.
Because then after that, you get used to the muscle memory. You get used to how your body works with it.
Yeah, exactly. You have no idea how hard it is to teach people how to play guitar. And the only main thing that they have to really take out of anything that I teach them is just practice. Because the stuff that I can do is only because I've played it so much. Just like you said, there's so many times where back when I was younger, I would just put on South Park and just watch hours of South Park playing the random dun 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 dun. But it was so miscellaneous that I wasn't even paying attention to what I was playing. So that constant repetitive motion just totally turned it into shredding into what it is now.
And that's awesome. And I think it's where, like, a lot of people don't understand either. Where, some of the types of people I just don't like are like, it's so hard. Like, I don't want to put in, like, practice. Like, I just want to do it.
Right? And they're just, like, horrible. Those are the worst.
It breaks my soul.
It makes me feel like they gave up already. Like, they didn't even try as hard as they wanted to. Especially when they talk about it so much.
Exactly, because, like, they hype it up so much. Like,
oh my God,
it's so cool, it's so amazing.
I can't wait to be as good as you. Guess what? It takes a long time.
You gotta sit there, screw around, practice, like, learn it. Like, it also depends on what kind of learner they are too.
Yeah, that's true.
I know for me, like, I'm mostly self-taught in a lot of the stuff I do. Versus compared to some of my friends where they did have a mentor for a lot of the stuff they did.
Okay.
And it's insane because I feel like you also have to have a strong mentality and a discipline.
Again, you're saying these amazing words that are just key focus on what we're talking about here. But discipline is another one. You really need a lot of discipline.
It's one of those things where you have to understand, I could be here for hours doing this.
Yeah.
And it's that dedication. It's discipline and dedication to where you're going to discipline yourself to be like, okay, I'm going to do it. I have this set time for it. Even if it's like 20, 30 minutes. Like, it doesn't matter how much time you give it. The fact that you're giving it a shot and still going for it and climbing for it is all that matters.
Thank you very much. Quick shout out to everyone in the comment section. Coon, what's up? Thank you. He gave us that little cool insignia. Dubs C, he says what's up, and he says respect from UK, Ireland. What the fuck?
Yeah, dude.
Thank you. Cody, heck yeah, he says hello everybody. And Coon Nig is gonna go with that again. Thank you. We do appreciate you so much, Coon. You're awesome.
That's so cool.
He's just gonna keep going. He's gonna start trolling now.
Oh no.
I know, he's the worst. Coon, you're the worst. I love you, Coon. Thank you again for joining. You're awesome. Anyways.
That's so cool.
Xavier in the chat, what is up? Thank you. Just hanging out, just doing a podcast. Hopefully you're feeling better. Sebastian, what is up? We actually did talk about that a little bit. What are he asked the thoughts on the Spotify wrap up? Like, again, it's actually so cool that they did that.
I think the Spotify wrap-up does such a good job communicating, just to reiterate, the fact of how much music and how many artists and how much more you can expand on your music taste and share it with people.
Yeah.
Because not just that, think about it, you have playlists on there that you could share with people and make public, and it shows you like kind of like how your year went, like what kind of music were you into, what was your mood for that year. Like I will literally say like what mine was, because I'm not gonna lie, I loved mine this year.
You were just like, I was happy with everything that they chose for me.
Because I'm not gonna lie, because it's all facts. Like, I know how many times I listened to these songs. My top 5 artists were Bring Me the Horizon, Mac Miller, Excision, Asking Alexandria, and Cal Scrubby.
Okay, that's dope.
And I listened to 1,151 artists this year. And my main genre was for the 2000s.
For the 2000s. That's dope. See, that's so cool, though, that you can actually go through all that.
And your top songs, too. Like, my top songs were number 1, Parasite Eve by Bring Me the Horizon. Number 2, It's Nothing by Cal Scrubby. Number 3, My Anxiety by Cal Scrubby. Number 4, Shake Something, Joe Perp with Louis the Child. And What's Poppin' by Jack Harlow.
Okay, cool, though. Do you have Spotify Premium, though?
Yes, I do.
Nice. See, so that makes it even more amazing because you actually do get to choose the songs that you want to listen to at that point.
The only reason why I have it, shout out, I will have to send this podcast to him. But one of my friends that I met at a show a few years back actually put me on his premium Spotify and just told me to change my last name. That way it looked like we were related.
So you just yeah, that's the perfect way just to do it.
Which I think is awesome. But I like SoundCloud too. I just don't like the fucking ads.
SoundCloud?
I like SoundCloud.
A lot of people say that SoundCloud does have some good music. I've never really fucked with it though, so I'm not too sure.
It just depends because sometimes artists don't post some of the stuff they have on what they put out on there, or sometimes they have stuff that's just on there and only on there. Which is interesting to think because it makes you wonder when they're going to add it to other like places that showcase music.
Okay.
So it's interesting. I love finding new artists on there too. I just wish they did what Spotify did and like show you like how many artists you listen to, how much music you discovered. I think it'd be really cool.
But like, I mean, Spotify is so big though. I mean, I could just imagine like SoundCloud has been around for a while. I'm pretty sure longer than, but it's so big.
I remember when I made my SoundCloud account. God, I was 14.
You are the worst, Koenig. He is the worst.
Oh my goodness.
I know, he's having way too much fun with this. Thank you so much. You're awesome. You are the best.
I'm not gonna lie. This reminds me of how I used to live stream on one of the apps way back when.
Your PlayStation?
Believe it or not, no, not my PlayStation.
That's
I used to do it from my laptop or from my phone. I used to live stream on YouNow.
Okay.
And that I had so much fun with that. I loved it.
What did you do? The hula hoop in?
Believe it or not, no, because I was 14 when I first started.
You should do.
So I shared a lot about my life because
You were vlogging?
Only when I was home. It's not like I had a camera. I'm not David Dobrik, okay? Like, chill. I'm not Casey Neistat.
It's time to tell you a little bit about my day.
So, guys, I have to rant. This was my life. And I had people coming in. This is also back when I had, like, an older Instagram. And, like, I had so many people start to follow me. And I grew close to a lot of these people. Some of them I still talk to now. Which is kind of crazy to think. And I love stuff that, like, does stuff like this. Because it lets you see how much from where around the world where you can connect to.
Yeah, that's very true. Like, there's been so many times where I'm just like again, UK, Ireland. I was like, hell yeah. And it's just a randomness where he was probably just scrolling. And he just like, I'm going to check this out for 5, 10, 2 minutes. I don't know if he's still here, but if you are, hell yeah. But he tuned in for that little bit. And that was cool. And he commented too.
And that's such an amazing thing to see because you see people from around the world that are like, I like that exact same thing. Like, that's so cool. I wouldn't have thought people that live over there like that.
Right.
Because it shows you where a lot of people have a lot of commonalities versus where in your day-to-day life you don't get to do that. It's very rare that you meet people from outside of the States, and if you do, it catches you so off guard.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing online, but you get to interact and hold a conversation. It gives you an insight about, like, oh my god, like, that's super cool. And then you can talk to that person and be like, thank you for coming to the podcast. Thank you for doing this and showing your support. And then next thing you know, you never know, they could become, like, a regular watcher and be like, dude, like, today was awesome. And then tell you about their day. And it gives you it's a global community. And it's so fascinating. I don't get tired of it.
So with that being said, then you're probably a big fan of like technology and social media and stuff like that. The fact that it kind of is able to unite more people, bring them together and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, there's a huge load of hate on social media. There's a bunch of people that want to start bullshit. There's a bunch of people that just talk bullshit all day. But you still get to interact, because I have some people that I talk to that are from Australia, and I'm just like, holy shit, I probably would never get to meet you, probably would never get to ever interact with you, but here, because of social media, we're part of the same group, and now we get to talk.
Exactly. And it's a double-edged sword with social media, because once again, I absolutely agree. It's something that you can absolutely use as a tool to connect. But if some people, like, for instance, like...
They're always calling me fat. Jeez, it's ridiculous sometimes.
Dude, it's crazy because you see people that are like, this is how you should look.
Yeah.
And if you don't look like this, and it's like, shut the fuck up. People are people. Everyone's built different, dude. Like, I saw... This is gonna sound so stupid, but I saw someone post on TikTok, and he's like, how do, like, some people not like fit people? And I'm like, bro, like, not everyone likes the same. Guess what? People have preferences. Not everyone's gonna like what you do. Everything's subjective. You don't get to make choices for people. Use it as a connecting platform to spread positivity, but if you're just drama and your day-to-day life and turning it into, like, a script for a movie, like it's like a telenovela, then, like, don't keep that shit private.
You don't have to just fucking... Well, see, that's the crazy thing, too, is, like, I don't know, is it that sometimes that's good, sometimes it's bad? I mean...
It depends. Like,
your crazy auntie is always complaining about something, but at least she has somebody to talk to. I mean, I don't know.
Mijo, mira. Tengo amigos que viven allá and... like, wherever, and then it's like, auntie, I get it, like, chill. But, like, it's one of those things, like, what is the message you want to portray on social media? What's the point you want to get across on your podcast or live streams that you're doing on Instagram, Facebook? Now people are putting, like, TV shows on Snapchat. Like, it's like, so do you want to spread drama and make people guess? Or do you want to have a good community around you? Guess what? You don't have to be positive all the time. Just, if you're an influencer, I can understand where it's hard.
Yeah.
To separate the difference and how much word you should post online about your life. Because back when I used to live stream, oh, bro, whole 9 yards.
Everything.
Whole 9 yards about my life. But at the end of the day, I had people coming into my chats where they're like, hey, do you mind if I talk to you through your Instagram or whatever? And I'm like, go for it. Like, and they're like, I completely understand what you're going through. I'm going through a hard time too. How did you get past it? Use your platform for stuff you want to preach. The right people will come and support you. But do not try to dish out drama.
Yeah.
Deal with that stuff in private and be like, but if you're in a down mood and you feel like sharing it with your fans, just be like, yo, I'm going to take a break off social media. I need to do this for my mental health. I'm going to A, B, C, D, like, does not matter. I'm getting help for myself. When I feel better, I'll let you know. But other than that, I'm going to keep posting.
Yeah, or keep putting
keep
stuff
it
up.
Real.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than when you're still you and people aren't judging you.
That's true.
It shows a better community and the kind of reach you really can have and the kinds of interactions and relationships you can build.
Hey, listen.
Jesus. See what I mean?
Hey, listen.
That's the point, though. I get what you're saying, because
this podcast basically is that whole thing of nobody has that connection of just talking anymore. Like literally talking.
It's all behind a screen.
And if it is, if there is chatting, it's like 5-10 minutes of a something quick. Nothing of these intellectual. Dude, we've been talking for almost an hour now, and we found out
it doesn't even feel like an hour. I feel like I've been here 15 minutes.
And we found out so many things, so many intricate things about each other that are just like, wow, I can't believe that there are more. Your fact of loving music is crazy. That's so cool. But yet you still have such a broad sense of what is understandable as being a good person and understanding how life is. And that's so cool. With just the time that we've been talking, you can kind of portray that within a conversation like this. But that doesn't happen anymore. And the beautiful thing about this podcast is just being able to, again, chat with somebody, especially the fact that I don't know you at all made this even better, is because it's just like, wow, I can't even comprehend what other understand. It's kind of sad that you're going to be leaving, because I totally would love to have you on multiple times, and there's always something to talk about.
Dude, I would love to do this even when I move to Oregon, because not just that, dude, that's why like Zoom and stuff is around.
That's true.
Depending whether or not do you have Android?
Yeah, I do.
Dude, then I could literally just call you and we could do a video thing, because oh god, just I'm so down to still do these. I love it, because I think like the more people grow, because just like you said, he doesn't know me at all.
Like at all. This
is the first time we've ever met.
This is the type of messaging is called cold messaging. So I was just like, fuck it. I know we know the same people. I'm just going to try it. And I hit her up and she was like, I'm down. And that's so humbling and honest and so cool, because you're like, why not? Like it's another platform for you to get out there too, because I'm pretty sure you have that ambition and dream just like I do to just, make it famous or just be a better person than what you are every other day. And that just is something that is kind of showing right now. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. Rock and roll.
I love it. I don't feel like I should ever dumb myself down for anyone, because I know so many people where I see a bunch of different groups of people where it's sad to say where all of them fuck each other over. But they still front to each other's faces.
Oh, God.
I don't like fronting to people. What you see is what you get. I do not care. But although, do not pretend to say that you like my personality or anything else, and then secretly you say shit behind my back.
Yeah, or it's just not intended in the right way.
Exactly, because that's when things get so misconstrued, because that's another thing people don't understand. If you really are about, like, the people you hang out around, because, once again, everyone's social media presence is so different than their real life. Anyone can front on social media. And it shows, you only get to see, like, not even a quarter, like, not even 0.005% of their life.
Yeah. It's always a thing that I heard is always the good side. It's always the good stuff. Even if they're telling you bad shit about their lives, it's the good, bad stuff. It's the good, bad stuff where I'm just like, oh, I'm complaining about my life. Why? And then why do you want to complain? Because I'm pretty sure it's attention seeking at that sense too.
Once again, people love the attention. They love the drama. They love the attention they get off of it. Because what does it do? Invest you. Which is why, like, I hate the fact that I saw this on Facebook. But, like, someone posted a meme where it's like, what do you mean you're... And it's like, girl, I'm not gonna post any of the drama and here online through everything. And she's like, I'm gonna stop posting about everything about my life now. And it's this person that's like, oh, hell no, you can't stop now. I'm already on season 8, episode 13 minutes and 54 seconds into your bullshit.
I'm trying to figure the rest of the story out.
No, you've already told the last 5 years of your life online. Like, I gotta see it. And I think it's funny because it's true. And it kind of reminds me of one of my favorite rap lines from one of my favorite songs by Cal Scrubby, It's Nothing. I'm looking happy online, but it's not what you think. I'm losing touch if I'm touching a screen. And it's just so true. Like we were talking about earlier, everyone loves to show the good. Everyone loves to show the good. On any type of platform. You don't want to be known as a negative Nancy.
Yeah.
But guess what? You're a human. You're a person. You don't want to show everything about your life, but guess what? At the end of the day, if you honestly make a mistake, admit to it, own up to it, learn from it, be better.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's always, I mean, I don't know how if you're spiritual or anything like that, but I mean, there has to be yin and yang. There has to be a good and bad of everything, no matter what.
Always.
Of everything. That's
It don't matter.
It's a beautiful thing about life is because even if whatever religious beliefs or whatever spiritual things, there is this little niche of knowing good and bad. And it happens in both senses. There is an equal balance between the two. That's why they have stories of the devil, or they even have these insignias of good and evil. So
no, you're absolutely right. And it's all true. Because without good, there's no bad. Without bad, there's no good. Because guess what? Good and bad is all perceptive.
Yeah.
It's just like someone else's bad might be someone else's good. For instance, if you come from a super low income family and you struggle and you're trying to hold yourself afloat, guess what?
I'm just like representing. Sorry.
It's like a Robin Hood situation, dude. Yeah. Guess what? Him stealing for the poor, a lot of people, that's messed up. He shouldn't be stealing. He deserved what he got, like whatever.
But behind the scenes.
But behind the scenes, what would you do if you were in that situation? You had no food. You were trying to help other people out, even if you were on your last limb and you sacrificed the last thing you had and you're trying to help people out.
Right.
Then for someone else's story, you're a really good person, but someone else, did you see that? Look at what they did. That's not a good person. That's not good morals. That's not that. It's all perceptive, and I think a lot of people forget that. And it's kind of crazy to think.
Humans are weird. Human beings are very weird creatures. Why can't we be like an octopus or something? They all get along.
They're smart.
They all know exactly how to live.
They're just living their best lives. They're just like, I'm trying to camouflage. I'm just trying to eat.
I'm just trying to freaking open jars.
No, you want to know what they're doing? They just keep swimming, bro.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all they do. They stay afloat.
I saw this weird picture of whales sleeping.
Wait.
Have you seen this?
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's this weird picture of
a whale. Wait, no. You're pulling, no.
It's a bunch of whales, though. Whales are asleep. See, yeah, this is #1 trending on my fucking Google search right away. But
whales
okay, so what happens is like they turn into like sperm whales, just go in this vertical, and they just look up and just fall asleep.
That's no.
Yeah, look at that.
No, you want to know what they look like? You know that scene in Finding Nemo where they run into all those bombs? That's what they look like.
That's how they sleep.
I don't know how I feel about that. That disturbs me. I have a weird fact for you about. It's still on the topic of the ocean,
of the world. Okay.
Do you know what sharks are afraid of? Like actual sharks?
What are they afraid of?
Dolphins.
Really?
They're scared of dolphins.
Like packs of them, or just one, or?
Because they'll come in like I forget what kind of dolphins they are, but they're scared shitless.
Holy shit.
Because they'll just come and ram into them.
Just straight.
I'm just like, dolphins are gangster. Dolphins are gangster, but they're not safe for work. They're not.
But yet everyone loves the way a dolphin looks.
But dolphins are known to rape. They get high on pufferfish, dude.
Dolphins are just that much smarter than we are.
Just wait till they learn how to talk.
Oh man, I think I saw an episode of a cartoon where it's just like dolphins end up coming on land and shit. I was just like, great, this is probably going to happen here soon.
What else is The Simpsons going to predict? I feel like they're going to predict something.
Yeah, you did see that episode. I saw that episode too.
Oh my god.
I didn't want to say Simpsons because then everyone's like, oh, The Simpsons, that's like, nobody watches The Simpsons anymore.
Dude, oh my god, my stepdad loves The Simpsons. I grew up watching it. He had every season up to date at that point on DVD.
Really?
He's obsessed with The Simpsons. It's ridiculous.
Dope. We got lucky with Disney Plus, but that's dope to have like all of that, like back in the day.
Dude, no one even knows. I bet more than half the like. There's a generation of kids now that doesn't know what a dinosaur computer is, a box TV.
No.
Like, bro, do you want to know how you want to know how my video games used to look on a joystick controller plugged into the back of my box TV, bro?
Projector TV. Those things are crazy.
Dude, those things were heavy. Trying to get those upstairs inside an apartment, that's on the second floor, forget it.
But just give it like what, maybe another 10 years. This is gonna be obsolete. This isn't good. This is gonna be too heavy for people.
Oh my god,
It will.
Fucking weak though, bro.
It will though. Watch.
Do you even lift, bro? At that point,
They're gonna be like, my TV is paper thin. This is too big. I can't have this TV in my room right now.
Oh my, dude, that like look at how bulky that is.
Right.
That's a TV, dude. Back then, this was what we used to use as, yo, call me on the phone.
Right.
Now this is what kids do. They hold their palm flat to their face because that's what an iPhone looks like.
Or they're like this all day. Like I'm just like, why are you talking? Why is everybody listening to the conversation right now?
No, they think they have their AirPods on, but they don't. Dude, I know, it's so messed up, bro. Dude, back then, like, you wanted I remember one of my favorite things was when the teacher used to bring in the projector with the VHS thing.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, lazy day.
What? No way. We get to watch a movie. Now it's like kids probably don't know what a Blu-ray player is.
You know what kids are doing now? They watch movies all day because of Zoom teaching. So, my roommate, he actually is a teacher, and he does Zoom teaching right now. He's a middle school teacher. Most of the teaching is now him showing movies. I'm just like, you're a science teacher. He's like, yeah, we're gonna watch this movie because there's science stuff in it. I'm just like, what the?
I felt cheated, bro. Back then, this would be like a joke. Back then, imagine if like we had like a pandemic. And, like, we didn't have school for a year. Kids would not be ditching. They would just find ways to prank their Zoom teachers.
Yeah.
Like, bro, that's not fair. That's not fair. Kids, it's so hard. Bro, really. Now you don't have to sit through an, like, hour and a half class for a whole day.
Right.
You probably have, like, 2 classes that day, you're done.
6 hours, just fucking class to class to class.
Or not just that, it's only a 7-minute grace period. Bro, that's not enough time with how big some school campuses are. Like, that's, no.
Some now they're just like, oh, you can turn off your microphone, but just make sure to stay in the chat. Just like...
Stay in the chat and take notes.
The kid's doing whatever the fuck he wants!
That's not fair. They just turn off their mic. I'm gonna go get food from Sonic.
Right,
just skip the whole class. I feel so cheated now.
If you're in high school and you have a learner's permit or you already have your driver's license, they're probably driving around in class, like literally.
Oh my god! They just have the little mount thing in their car and just.
I'll be right back. I gotta go to the store. Oh, I'm in class. Oh well, it's mobile.
Hey guys, I'm gonna turn the mic off real quick. I'm in the McDonald's drive-thru. Wait, John, am I still coming to your house?
Later on.
Yeah, do you want anything while I'm here? No, okay, cool, no, I just thought I'd ask. Just like, bro.
That's life now.
I feel cheated. I don't know.
Look there's so many people now that work from home too.
That's so true.
They're just like, oh, I get to work from home. Like, what? That's crazy.
It's just wild to think because this isn't something we would have thought of that would have happened. People always joked about it, where it's like, imagine if we all got to work from home and didn't have to go to work. And it's like, look at the reality of it.
Right, there's so many people doing that.
Yep, because 2 years ago, there is another thing going around where it's like, if someone gave you $1 billion to go live in a forest, and do you think you could survive? With no internet, no phone, no nothing. You could just live off the land. All your amenities are there for you. Could you survive for, like, a month? No, you couldn't. Look at how the pandemic has anyone. You can't change my mind.
Right.
Except for like farmers. Farmers already do that. They're living their best life.
Right. Or like old mountain men. Like my grandpa, he only has a phone that still hooks up to the wall. That's it.
And that's a landline.
Yeah, and cable TV. I'm like, what the fuck, Grandpa? There's the internet. You can watch any show you want. You're like, no, I'll just pay for the cable. I'm just like, what the fuck?
I'll just watch these reruns of Game of Fortune.
With commercials.
Dude, oh god, don't get me started on commercials.
With commercials.
Dude, everything has commercials now. Like YouTube, that shit never fucking existed. Now it's like every 2 videos.
That's what advertisers do though. They try to find something just so they can put ads in it. Like they're just like, oh, Spotify, guess what? There's ads in there now.
Ads are literally today's infomercials just cut to 5 minutes. I'm sorry, that's a mini infomercial. You can't tell me anything else. It's like back when Cartoon Network, when you first got like a really good TV, and you're like, this is cool. You stayed up all night watching it, and then out of nowhere, it's like, this is the new Dyson Shark vacuum. And they play like a 12-minute long clip.
Okay.
I hated that.
The best thing that I loved the most were music infomercials, where they're trying to sell you like
the whole pack of CDs.
Yeah, Time Life Music wants to sell you the collection of the 60s, and then they play some good songs though. They play some cool songs.
But bro, it's like a 12-disc thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, normally it's $39.99, but today it's $24.99.
Right.
Once again, that is $24.99.
And then it's just another 30 minutes of them just playing clips of all the songs.
Yeah, and then it's showing you the covers just so you can see there's just a little bit of a different. It's like
different angles.
It's like when the teacher's like, do you mind if like we copy something? And it's like, yeah, but change it up just a little bit. It looks exactly the same.
There you go.
Just slightly different.
It's like not copyrighted, but just enough to get you by.
Is this plagiarism or not? Dear God. Now you could go to jail for that shit. Back then it's like, oh yeah, no, just don't copy it word for word.
Right.
Now it's like, I know you copy and pasted this. You're going to jail.
Or you get demonetized.
Oh my God.
That's my thing now. I get demonetized if I play other people's music.
It sucks.
Someone else's video, get demonetized.
That's how it is on Twitch.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because so many people that started off like when it first started now was like they all had copyrighted music, but it never got like infringed and it never violated copyright. But now they have to go back and delete all those videos or find a way to take the music out.
I thought it just got muted.
I heard that a lot of creators started getting their stuff taken down by Twitch fully, and they can't even get it back. So a lot of them started deleting it.
Interesting.
Which I think is complete bullshit, because I feel like if you're not playing the whole song, like if it's like less than a minute, like you should be fine.
See, that was my problem too, is like when I played live, I played a bunch of covers and stuff on Twitch. But after I was done, only certain songs were muted in the VOD. So that's where I was like a little confused, is because like, oh, you guys muted my Metallica song, but yet you guys let me play No Doubt, fucking Volbeat, and this. I mean, I'm confused on how your algorithm or how you guys even work. So
it just doesn't make sense, and it's another way for the interviewers to like. I feel bad for anyone that like their opening had to start like with a popular song, and it's like, oh yeah, copyright, sorry.
Yeah.
It's so crappy, dude.
It's shitty.
I feel bad. That just sucks. And then same is happening with movies too. And I can't. It blows my mind. Oh, I don't know how to feel about that, because like I wanted to start a YouTube channel. I'm just not sure where to start or how to do it or what I want to do, because I am someone that's a bit of everywhere.
Yeah, that's always the hardest thing too, because this YouTube channel started off like a skit comedy thing.
Oh wow!
So there's a few videos of just some funny stuff, and then it turned into a couple of gaming clips, and then it turned into the podcast.
Hell yeah!
Which is it's going good now, and this is more of just for video content, because the podcast is still obviously on Spotify, on Apple iTunes and that stuff too, but just so that there's like a video place for it now too.
Oh yeah, which I think is really nice, because I know since YouTube likes to find stuff to like be like, oh yeah, you can't have that, because one of my favorite podcasts that I watch is the E-Boys.
Okay.
And they're from England, and they just say some dumb stuff, but they've had to cut a lot of clips out where they just keep it in line with their Spotify now, so only their Spotify listeners get to listen to it, because YouTube won't allow it.
Ah.
But they still have the video format for their YouTube videos.
Interesting. That's the only reason why I don't do the podcast on Twitch, is because I know that I can get away with more stuff on YouTube.
What would you say is the range of stuff that you could get away with on YouTube versus Twitch?
I could show my nipple on YouTube, but I can't do that on Twitch.
Free the titty.
I can though. I think you'd probably get me.
Oh yeah, no, it's because I'm a chick.
Yeah, that's no fair though. Fair.
The only difference is that my balls are on my chest and not in my private parts. So
whatever.
That's the only difference.
See, that's where I think it'd be a little bit more of a problem.
Yeah, no, is that a girl? Me, no, I swear to God, I'm a dude.
They're just like, check it out. See it?
Look, I'm just really fat. I pushed all my fat up towards my chest so it looks like I have titties.
If only it was that easy. I get shit so much because I'm so skinny, so I'm just jealous.
That's how my grandma is with me. My friends are like, oh yeah, no, you look fine. My grandma's like, you look too skinny. Are you eating? And I'm just like...
That's just old Hispanic grandmas.
It is a Hispanic thing, but a lot of people don't believe it. They're like, there's no way. No, they get ass hurt if you don't, like...
Yeah.
They're like...
You don't want to eat none of my tortillas?
Look, I made homemade tortillas y carne asada.
And you don't want to eat none of it? You need to eat. Look at you, you're so skinny.
Exactly. No, or they try to guilt trip you, but I made your favorite food. Wow, I wasted all that time making your favorite food.
Right, there you go.
And you're not going to eat it? And it's just like, or like you're like, oh, dude, I could really go for like a Burger King or like McDonald's. And they're like, mira, es un McDonald's.
Un McDonald's.
I mean, they're shady. Sometimes, although sometimes with certain foods it can be hard to tell what's what in a fridge.
That's true, right? Everything's in damn Tupperwares. You're just
it's in the same Tupperware?
Yeah.
It's in this Tupperware, okay, but there's like 4 of them.
And they all look the same. What am I supposed to do?
I know, and then you go through all of them, you're like, I can't find it, and then they're like, you're not, like, what's going on? And you're like, I can't find it. They pull it out first try, they're like...
Here it is. Warm it up in the microwave.
Facts, though. But food is amazing.
It is. That's the shitty part about some things is like, okay, food is amazing, but we don't have to eat for pleasure. No. We really do. But okay, here's an example. You like pizza? You're a pizza person? You kind of like it, kind of don't? Okay, if you get a pizza, you're just like, yeah, this shit's so good. You eat what, 3, 4 slices? Maybe 5? Maybe? But okay. Technically, you're only supposed to eat 1. 1.5 is just enough to sustain you with the calories and all the nutrition that you need for the rest of your day.
I beg to differ.
Oh,
no, because you have Chicago-style pizza, deep dish, you have hand-tossed, you have thin crust.
Okay, but still, you don't need to eat as much of the pizza as we usually do because we eat it for pleasure instead of for substance. You know what technically we should eat? Unflavored rice and chicken.
Wait, unflavored rice and unflavored chicken?
Yeah, that should be because we eat it. It gives us all the nutrients we need, and then we can go throughout our day and do whatever we want. But we see this giant huge plate of whatever meal you like. I'm just gonna say what I like. It's just giant piece of porterloin steak with a nice baked potato and like, awesome greens, and you're just like, damn, this is so good. You eat the whole thing, but yet you only needed to eat a little bit to just sustain your life.
You're not wrong, but like it's a steak.
But that's the problem though.
How is it made though?
Perfect. That's all you need to know.
But how do you get your steak? When someone asks you how you like your steak done, how do you like your steak?
There's only one way it should be done, and that's medium rare.
Thank you.
I used to watch King of the Hill a lot, and that's like, what do we do if somebody asks for their steak well done? We ask them firmly but kindly to leave. So it makes sense.
It's so true, though. I'm sorry.
But that wasn't until I was older till I really got to enjoy that. When I was younger, I was like, I don't know, I want my meat cooked. I want it cooked. And then I was like, yeah, it's good. But then I got older, and now I understand, that taste of a little bit of blood.
The flavor.
Of just a little pinkness, and you're just like...
God, you know what this makes me want right now? I want to go to Furs and eat.
That's not a thing anymore.
There's still one Furs.
It's not a thing anymore.
Yes, it is. There's one Furs, and it's by Cliffs.
Bankrupt and gone because of COVID.
Wait, did the one by Cliffs close?
It's probably going to close.
No!
And you know what we're going to have to deal with is Maybe Golden Corral if it comes back. Maybe.
Screw Golden Corral. I'm sorry. No disses to anyone that likes Golden Corral, but Furs is superior. That's all I have to say. Just Furs.
A little bit of shout outs in the comments. Ollie GH, what's up? He was talking about when we were talking about Cartoon Network.
Hell yeah.
Cartoon Network is life. Jeremy Chavez, what's up? Thank you for joining. He also said medium rare steak with butter, garlic, seasoning. Yeah, we don't need that much. Haha. That's it. That's all you
Straight
need.
up, that's it.
And Food Stamp, thank you for joining. What is up? He's like, was she attacked by a bear? Some of her pants are ripped.
Bro, for all you know, I could have been running from the cops.
There you go. Straight up gangster in here.
Dude, if you haven't been chased by the cops at least once here in Albuquerque, have you lived your life?
Facts. She just said it. Facts, everybody.
Wait, have you?
Me? I actually got arrested once.
Really?
Yeah, it was so stupid. Remember when Hastings was the thing?
Did you steal from Hastings?
Yeah.
What did you steal from Hastings?
A wallet. I was like, I really need this wallet. It's so cool. I want this wallet so bad. So I tried to steal it and I got caught. And then, yeah, they took me to jail.
I'm surprised I didn't get caught. I ran from the cops and the DEA.
And the DEA.
Because we were having an underground rave back when I was 16, and we had it down in the North Valley, like down in the fucking boonies of the North Valley.
Wait, an underground rave? What does that mean? Entail? What does that technically entail as an underground rave? Is it just
Warehouse.
But does that just mean nobody knows about it that should know about it?
It's done in the old school way where if you know people, you can get invited. But it got so big and out of hand because it was still in a residential area. To the point where, as soon as the cops got called, me and my friends booked it and ran up the chain link fence because it was a 2-story warehouse.
Okay.
And we had the whole place. We didn't get any permits. And we're just taking off running as soon as we hear the sirens. And we just hear someone knock down the door to the place. And everyone's trying to get in their cars, fucking leave. And we're just like, it was intense. I remember, like, I waited in the neighborhood with one of my friends that went with me, and I was just like, bro, do you know it? Is your phone still alive? He's
Can
like,
we get out of here?
They're like, no, sorry. I was like, all right, okay, cool. And I was like, okay, let me try calling someone. I called my friend that lives in the North Valley. I was like, hey, I'm kind of close to your house. We ran from the cops. Do you think you could come pick us up? And they're like, please send me your location. What time is it at? They're like, oh, it's 2:30 in the morning, Arianna. I was like, I love you. If you come get me, I'm sorry. I may need to spend the night at your house.
Right? You're like, I don't want to hitchhike. What would you rather have? You rather me be picked up by you or some random person?
Dude, and then later the next day, we heard someone, they're like, they had the DEA with them too. And they found a pile of just pills and cocaine and ketamine and all this other stuff. And I was like, how big was the pile? They're like, dude, everyone threw out their drugs. That was a dealer.
Damn.
So everything that everyone had on them, they threw and dispersed everywhere. So they had a pile of stuff. And I was like, I didn't know that, but thank God I did not get caught.
That's hilarious too, because like there's like 5 or 6 dealers there that don't know that there's other dealers there.
Yeah, because they're just walking around. Cool, I'm the plug.
Yeah.
Sick.
I know 3 people here. I supply them with their stuff.
Dude, why is that every dealer ever just they think they're hot shit? They're just like, hey, what's up?
It's an alpha male thing, I guess. They're just like, yeah, I'm a beast.
Hey, hi, my name's so and so. Here, and it's just like, bro, get out of here. I'm underage. Go away. Don't sell to me.
What are you doing right now?
Bro, you have nothing else better to do with your life. You're here and that's what you're doing. Go get a job at Nike.
Right. At McDonald's. Go so they can tell you that you have a good voice. Cha-cha. Thank you. I'll be here all night, unfortunately. So yeah. I know we talked quite a bit about a lot of things.
God, I'm sorry if I switched from topic to topic because that's how my brain works.
That's what this podcast is about. It's just random rants about whatever comes to mind.
Fucking life, dude. When people ask what the meaning of life is, 42.
42?
42.
Why?
Oh my god. It's a long explanation as to why it's 42.
Here we go. The main reason is because...
Like, deadass, it's a whole ass explanation.
Is this a whole 12 paragraphs?
Someone, like, put... One of the original ones I saw was, like, the number for 2 is she, and the other one is, the 2 is me, and it's supposed to represent life and death. And there's a whole explanation, like, it's fucking long.
The Hitchhiker's Guide.
Ultimate question of life in the universe calculated by an enormous supercomputer named Deep Thought. Yeah, it's a long explanation if you want to look at it.
I'm just looking it up now. This is the value of essential scientific constants. Crazy. 42 though.
42.
You guys heard it here, folks. The answer to life is 42.
Or unless you want to be generic, life is what you make of it.
Life is what you make of it.
It is, just don't be boring.
But what is boring?
When you see other people follow trends on social media that you see everywhere.
How is that boring though?
Being a cut and copy of someone and not being who you really are and being an original person, staying true to yourself. Because a lot of people are scared of being judged.
Don't we all start kind of from like a copy of an influence or something like that? I mean, don't get me wrong, there are individualities and kind of your own branching of yourself.
Yeah, because you could put a twist on someone else, like what you see from someone else. But at the end of the day, if you are a cut and copy person of someone or something, don't be afraid to put your own spin on it or be yourself. Go ahead, like that thing. Do what you want. But still stand out. You don't want to be known as someone where you're always told by someone, whether it's a partner or someone else, where you're like, oh yeah, you remind me of this person and this person and this person. Because guess what? They're going to associate those kinds of ties with those kinds of people. And that's kind of the crappy thing. But keep your individuality with whatever you do. Like whatever you like. Put your own flair on it and learn how to stand out from it. It makes you more memorable with others versus kind of being that person where I know I struggle with it, where I'm like, oh yeah, I probably act the same as other people, and then other people look at me and they're like, honestly, Arianna, like, no. Like, out of everything you do and like all the stuff you do and how you act and everything, like, nah. There's no one else that's like you. They have other traits and attributes. Like, you guys may both do flow arts or whatever, but you are your own person and we can see it. You don't act like anyone else in the group. And I'm just like...
That's all you're looking for. That's all everyone kind of is going for, I guess. It's kind of being an individual.
And that's hard to do with, once again, the social media thing sometimes.
Hell yeah. I want to be like the coolest guitar player out there.
Do it.
But he's already out there.
That doesn't mean you can't...
No, yeah, I get what you're saying. Put my own flair to it.
Not just your own flair. Continue practicing.
Yeah.
Put that discipline in your work.
There you go.
Start making your own chords.
Saying those good words. Music has been invented already. I can't really reinvent it, but you can make it cool because there's so many different aspects of it.
Yeah. Music is so diverse. You can bend it and warp it whichever way you want. Music is something that can be interpreted in so many ways. It's more than just a song. It's more than just a meaning. It's more than just lyrics.
A, B, A, B, C, A, B, A, B.
Also depends on what kind of instrument you want to learn. Because guess what? You can always outdo someone. You always can. That's why you keep pushing forward and start sheet writing for yourself and continue on.
It's intense. That's some practice in itself too.
Oh yeah. But it's worth it because it also teaches you a new skill on melodies and chords and how to progress in sounds.
Do you play any instruments?
I used to play guitar.
Really now? And what happened with that?
I stopped doing it after my junior year.
Because?
I could not afford it. I was a broke bitch.
Were you just playing like someone else's guitar or something?
No, I was being taught in school, and before that, I always wanted to learn, and I would be at some of my family's houses, and I'd just screw around, but I never learned anything, like, too insane. And then I got to high school, and I loved it. But it was also one of those things where I stopped doing anything musical for a while because of all the schools I went to. Because I went to majority Christian private and charter schools where choir and picking up an instrument was mandatory.
Okay.
You didn't get a choice.
Or it wasn't some lame instrument where you're playing like a...
The first instrument I ever played was a triangle.
The triangle?
That is something I can't make up.
That's super difficult, too.
Although...
Let me tell you about that.
Although, I did learn how to read sheet music. Because that is something you have to learn when playing an instrument when you're in Christian private or charter schools. Okay. You have to learn how to read the sheet music because if not, you wouldn't learn.
F. Or hell. I don't know what you would go do in Christian schools.
It's still the ABCDEF system.
I'm so dumb.
But it's just one of those things
if
where
you don't learn music, you're going to hell, son.
Well, they were super strict about it. Like, for choir, like, if you can't hit, like, those notes, if they place you in a specific category...
You're gonna go to hell?
They would have to keep you... It's not even that scary, but it's one of those things where if you weren't good at it, like, they would have to find something else to do with you.
Okay.
Because if not, if you couldn't do anything from the triangle to the piano and singing, because in choir, we have to sing hymns.
Yeah.
Every class has to sing. But, like... you had to do something. I think only one person in one of my classes couldn't do anything, so they literally just had him sit down in the seats by himself, and I felt so bad. I was like, that sucks.
Sit down and say 30 Hail Marys. And there you go.
But yeah, I played guitar, I played triangle, I learned a bit of piano. And that was fun. I played drums a few times, which was really interesting because that's such a different style.
It's the shit.
But it was fun. It's learning the rhythm. It's the rhythm for drums. And I wouldn't mind trying to pick up drums again. That was always a lot of fun. And it's funny because now my dad's picking up guitar.
Literally?
And I looked at him, I was like, the first thing I would recommend you do is learn how to tune your stuff.
Yeah.
Tune it.
That's usually the best, is to start off with the tuning and then just playing it.
Exactly.
If he just sits there, that's always the worst. What people don't want to do is actually play for like an hour or so.
Exactly, because they get self-conscious, and I understand that completely. But if you really, really want to, dedicate yourself to it, give it that time and discipline yourself. Sit there, do it.
The rule of thumb is you're literally probably going to suck for at least 6 to 9 months. 6 to 9 months, you're going to suck. You're not going to have that much progress in that time.
Oh, yeah. Or I think another good warm-up for people if they want to start playing guitar, learn how to pick and finger pluck. Also, do you prefer nylons or steel strings?
I can do both.
Steel strings are so much harder.
But I play mostly electric guitar.
Oh, nice.
So I'm always shredding. I'm a big guitar shredder.
That makes sense. Okay.
But I do like classical guitar, and I do like Spanish flamenco music.
That's what I learned on, was a classic guitar.
Nylon string.
Nylons.
Yeah.
But my uncle gave me one of his old classic guitars, and it was steel. And it had a pretty sound. It was beautiful, and then my dad broke the neck of it.
Oh, really?
It was so pretty. It was this beautiful dark wood. The body of it was so gorgeous. And I tuned it, and it got smashed. And I was so sad. But finger plucking, definitely learning how to tune your guitar by ear. My teacher, that's what she had us do the first day when we started class for learning guitar. She's like, you guys are going to learn how to tune it by ear before I ever give you, like, the reader thing for tuning it properly and all this, like...
Oh, like the tuner and shit like that.
So she didn't let us do that. She's like, you guys are going to learn by ear. And that's how you're going to do it. And all of us just would sit there. I'd be like, you're such
Great. Now we're going to spend all week on this.
We learned it. Dude, she had favorites. I swear to God.
Don't you hate that? That's the worst.
She had a love-hate relationship with me where there's days where I would be, like, one of her favorite students, and then, like, instantly, like, I wouldn't even be doing anything. I did everything properly. I'm done. I'm just there chilling, practicing. She's like, Arianna, come down to the front of class right now. I'm just like,
shit.
What did... I know you're on your phone. You will perform this whole song in front of the whole class. I'm just like, you're scary. That's one it's funny because my cousin had her for choir and she made her cry.
Damn.
The amount of stress you have to put a teacher under to make them cry. Dude.
I don't know. I think teachers are a little nowadays.
The older teachers aren't that good.
Yeah. They've been there so long that they're like, I don't give a fuck. This is just a paycheck.
So they're like, I can act however the hell I want. Like,
and then younger teachers are like, I want to change the world.
So what do you guys want to do? You guys want to do this?
I'm a cool hip teacher.
That's how one of my AP English teacher my freshman year was. I walked into his class. I skipped one day of school because I wasn't feeling good. And I walked into class one of the next times and I had him first thing in the morning. And he's like, Arianna, why weren't you here the other day? Because you missed a lot of important information. I was like, oh, you know how they say, like, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? I didn't realize they could do that with the school. And he's like, why is that? I was like, I finally watched the Avengers movie, and I kind of saw the school go boom, and I didn't realize that our school had that much of a budget to rebuild the school in a day. My school was the first building that got blown up in the Avengers.
Holy shit.
And I gave him that excuse. Everyone in my class looked at me like I was an idiot. And he's like, okay, we're watching a movie and you guys get to leave 10 minutes early. And I was like, lips.
Life is good.
Everyone in my class looked at me after that. They're like, that actually worked as an excuse. Holy shit. That's one of the best things I could say out of high school. I loved some of my teachers.
That was probably the coolest time, I would assume. Like, I mean, unfortunately, you're getting older and you're leaving to Oregon, and
it's just weird because I look so young. I had a girl at Dutch Bros look at me when I went to go get coffee, and she's like, "How old are you? Like, did you barely turn 18?" I was like, no.
You're like, I've already lived life.
I was like, no, I'm not 18. She's like, you look really young for your age. Good job. Here you go. Have a beautiful day. I was like, thank you.
That's always a compliment, though, when you get that. It's just like, well, thank you.
Well, some people use it as an excuse. They're like, you're like a child. Like, look at how small you are. Like, you look super young. Although, it does help me stay away from creepy people.
Nah.
A creepy 30, 40-year-old hitting on me. I'm 14.
You're just like...
My parents are coming to pick me up.
I'm waiting for my parents.
I'm not how old you think I am. I'm actually really young. Although I did use that as an excuse once, and I scared the shit out of the guy.
You're just like, take that, you fucker.
The look on his face was priceless. He's just being creepy and following me, and I turned around. I'm like, I'm sorry, can you please stop following me? He's like, just give me your number. I was like, no, like, my parents are coming to pick me up. And he's like, you can't be that young. And I'm just making every excuse to the book. And finally I look at him dead in his face. I'm 14.
Just there.
And he just books it away. I was like, yeah, you don't want to be known as a pedophile.
You're not trying to fuck with this.
I'm the last person you do not want to come up to. Oh. I will make you look like an idiot if that's how you approach me.
I would just like talk to some random person that's like, Dad, finally, you're here.
There was no one else there because I was there pretty early.
Oh, man. It sucks.
It was awful. I feel bad for anyone who has to go through that, though, where it's unnecessary and you don't... It's one of those days where you just, like, kind of want to chill.
Yeah.
And don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because it's good to have time to yourself and relax and just go do whatever the hell you want.
And that's where the celebrity thing comes in. Is like, that's why they come to small towns, so that they can just go out and just be like, hey, I'll be recognized by one or two people, not... thousands.
Exactly. Just drive up to... Imagine them driving up to, like, a Sonic. Yeah, hi.
You know what? That's true. I see a lot of... I've seen a lot of my friends post pictures because they're at the casino,
and they're just like, hey, I met this guy because he was there at the casino. I was like, that's dope because all he did is just has a hat on with glasses, and you got lucky.
Like a normal person.
Yeah, you got so lucky that you recognized him because nobody else did.
It's a 1 in a million chance because think about it. Every day, like in New York, LA, and other places like that, they're so used to celebrities dressing like that where they're like, oh my God.
They're looking for that.
Versus here, it's like, is that? No, it can't be. Because it's like one of those things where you think you see a friend out in public and you're like, oh my God, it's one of the homies. And then you get a good look at them and you're like,
no, it's not them.
But it's to be so lucky to catch a celebrity like that in a smaller town or a state where people wouldn't associate them with.
Yeah.
It makes so much sense.
Welcome to New Mexico, guys.
Ring-a-ding-ding, Land of Entrapment, and 505.
You're leaving. What do you mean, Land of Entrapment?
It's a possibility that I could move back. Who knows?
And it was never an entrapment. It was
Don't you dare bring up what that fucking... I don't want to hear what Will Smith's wife said.
It's something that has to do with what Will Smith's wife said.
That is... I hate the fact that that's a word now.
I don't know. I'm drawing a blank.
The entanglement.
Entanglement?
No, you cheated. That's what that is. She cheated. I'm sorry.
They're celebrities.
It's not what, you're gonna start making it was like, bro, how'd you come up with that on top? Tangled, two people. Yeah, we got tangled in entanglement. Mind blown, new word. Like, no.
That's how it all was represented.
He was a boy, she was a girl.
I love that song. Stop it. That's how that song goes. Is an entanglement.
Dude, who doesn't like Avril? Well, let's be real.
Let's be super real.
Oh my God, it's already 10:40.
Yeah, you've been here for an hour and 40 minutes.
Damn.
Thank you for coming.
Of course, thank you for having me.
I do appreciate it. We've just been chatting. Thank you everybody that was in the chat. You guys are awesome. Is there anywhere that you want my fans to find you? Do you even want them to find you? You can plug whatever you want at this point.
It's up to them because the only thing I really have is like my Instagram up, although I do want to start a YouTube channel. I just don't know what I would have it under.
Shoot some ideas of names.
Yeah, that would actually be sick. But my Instagram, since I am a performer for EDM events and stuff like that, would be aria.flow for Instagram.
Heck yeah, everybody. Thank you for watching. You guys are awesome. Make sure to tune in MuseMe TV. Anything social media wise, you guys know what to do. Just Google MuseMe TV. I swear to God, I'll come up.
Hit that like and subscribe button, and also go follow his Spotify.
It'll come up, I swear to God, anywhere. iTunes, Google Chrome, whatever the fuck, Google
Firefox, whatever floats your boat, my guy.
Somebody suggested in the chat RETV.
RETV.
There you go.
The ATV. Oh my God, dude. There
you go.
The A-list TV.
There's some ideas. They're already throwing ideas out there, so you might get some kind of following. All right, guys. You guys again know what to do. Go follow me all social media sites. Just Google MuseMe TV. I swear to God, you'll find me right away. I'll be back next week. If not, I should have some guests this weekend. And yeah, you guys just make sure to like, subscribe, turn on the notifications because I do this whenever the fuck I want to. So make sure to stay tuned into that. I'll see you guys later. Peace out, everybody. Is it really a mute? Peace out, everybody.